In today's lesson, we're going to have a look at the properties of 2D and 3D shapes. As a warm-up, I'd like you to pause the video and write down the names of all of the 3D shapes that are shown on screen right now. Here are your answers. A was a cube, B was a sphere, C was a cylinder, D was a cone, E is a square-based pyramid, F is a tetrahedron, also known as a triangular base pyramid, G is a cuboid, and H is a triangular prism. Again, pause the video and see if you can figure out which 3D shapes these nets would make. So for A, it was a triangular prism, B was a square-based pyramid, C was a cuboid, and D was a tetrahedron, also known as a triangular base pyramid. We can use both of these bits of imagery to help us think about the properties of 3D shapes when we look at these later. To describe the properties of 2D shapes, you might need to know the following things about them. So, the number of sides, how many pairs of parallel sides there are, the lengths of the sides, anything about their angles, and if there's any lines of symmetry. In our example, we're given a rectangle. We know that a rectangle has 4 sides. In total, our rectangle has 2 pairs of parallel sides. One of them is here, and the other is here and here. When we think about the side lengths, we can say that there are 2 pairs of equal opposite sides. Again, one pair is here, the other pair is here. In terms of angles, we can say that all of the angles are 90 degrees. And lastly, lines of symmetry. A rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry. One of the lines of symmetry is down the middle, just here. The other line of symmetry is going across the shape, like so. A common misconception is to say that a rectangle has 4 lines of symmetry that includes 2 diagonals. Unfortunately, that's not the case. If you cut out a rectangle from a piece of paper and try folding it diagonally, you'll see that the bits of paper don't actually overlap one another. So, your first task for today is to go through and complete this table. This sheet is attached in the Resources to Help You section on Show My Homework. The example for rectangles that we went through has been filled in for you, and you can use this to help you answer the other questions. Pause the video now and have a go at completing the table, and unpause when you're ready for the answers. Here are the answers. Please check your work very carefully and correct any mistakes that you might have made. It's really important that you know the different properties of 2D shapes to help you figure out which shape you're given in different types of questions. In the second part of today's lesson, we're going to look at the properties of 3D shapes. There's 3 things that you need to know. Firstly, a face is a single flat surface. Secondly, an edge is a line segment between faces. An edge joins 2 vertices together. And lastly, a vertex is simply a corner. The plural of vertex is vertices. In our example, we're asked to work out the number of faces, edges and vertices in the shape that we're given. Our shape is a cuboid. Firstly, I know that there are 6 faces in my cuboid. I've got one on the top, one on the bottom, one on the right side, one on the left side, one at the front and one at the back. That's 6 faces in total. I have 12 edges. these are the lines which make up my 3D shape. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this front face, 5, 6, 7, 8 including the face at the back, 9, 10, 11, 12 if I include the edges which join these two faces together. Lastly, I have 8 vertices. They are the corners of my shape. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices in total. I'd now like you to complete the properties of the 3D shapes worksheet which is attached to Show My Homework for you. Please pause the video, and when you're done you can unpause to check your answers. Here are your answers. Please pause the video and see how you've got on. If you have made any mistakes, please correct them now. Once you've done this, you can take a photo of both bits of work you've done so far today and upload a picture to Show My Homework so I can see how you've got on. To check that you've understood all of this, there are 2 tasks on My Maths for you to complete. The first one is 2D and 3D shapes, and the second one focuses just on 3D shapes. The initial login to get into My Maths is the school login, which is Uppingham and Acute. If you've forgotten your portal password, you can find this attached to Show My Homework. Remember, you should aim to achieve at least 70% on both of these tasks so that I can see that you've understood it all. If you're not happy with your score, you can go to the Results tab on the left side once you've logged in to see the results you've got and to retry any task that you want to improve. If you are struggling to complete some of the work from today's lesson, then please do not hesitate to get in touch via comment on Show My Homework. I'll try to make myself as available as possible and get a reply to you as quickly as I can. If the issue requires a little bit more input from myself, I might ask to arrange a time to meet on Teams where I can give you some personalised help with that specific problem.